Jong Nam suspected to be freed as murder charge dropped. Flames kill 3, including 6-year-old in Langkawi. You're watching the evening edition of News on 2. The Vietnamese woman accused of assassinating the North Korean leader's half-brother is to walk free after murder charges against her were dropped today, weeks after her Indonesian co-accused was also released. Doan Thi Huang, however, pleaded guilty to causing injury and was handed a 3-year and 4 months jail term, with her lawyers saying she'll be freed next month due to sentence reductions. Now, the women would have been sentenced to death by hanging if convicted of murder. Judge Azmi Arifin made the decision after hearing submissions from both parties and ordered for the sentences to run from the date of arrest on the 15th of February 2017. Doan, 30, was given 2/3 of the sentence after being given a period of reduction after serving a sentence under Section 324 of the Penal Code.
We are happy this morning that it's come to a happy ending. Then Doan can look forward. There's a date for her that she can go back home, and that date is very near.
Doan is expected to be released on the 4th of May after completing her jail sentence in Kajang prison. The case proceedings took over 2 years to complete, with 1-year trial periods in the Shah Alam High Court. 3 individuals, including a 6-year-old, were killed in a fire in Langkawi earlier today. Now, the fire occurred in Bukit Malud, also caused 70% in damages to a house. 2 others who died were the victim's child's mother, Nur Suhaila Ahmad, 41, and a man believed to be the victim's father, Muhammad Nahar Suhaimi, 39. Langkawi Zone Fire Chief Fadzullah Muhammad Nur said the fire department received an urgent call on the matter at 7:03 a.m. 29 firefighters and a fire engine from the Langkawi Fire and Rescue Station and Persiaran Putram Station Langkawi were quickly rushed to the scene, arriving at about 7:11 a.m.
Dan ketika kami sampai, keadaan api memang marak dan pemadaman telah dilakukan. Setelah pemadaman dilakukan, overhaul, kami mendapati ada masalah di dalam rumah ni, di mana seorang di kawasan ruang tamu dan 2 orang di dalam bilik air.
Fazlullah said after firefighters put out the flames, the woman's body was found in the living room while the 6-year-old child's body was found in the toilet. Initial witness accounts stated that the occupants of the house managed to evacuate. However, firefighters later found a man's body after putting out the fire. A female and a child were also found dead in a bathroom. The flames managed to be put out completely at 9:41 a.m. Now, the source of the fire and total losses are still under investigation, while the fire station's forensic unit from Alustar will conduct further investigations. Cabinet has decided to reduce the legal voting age for Malaysians from 21 to 18. Now, Youth and Sports Minister Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman today revealed that a bill on an amendment to the Federal Constitution will be tabled in Parliament's June session and that his ministry will spearhead the motion.
Dan kita juga buat pertama kali dah setuju timeline-nya. Sebelum ni we haven't set the timeline, iaitu timeline-nya pada sesi parlimen yang akan datang, which is in Jun Julai. Masa itu kita akan bentangkan pindaan perlembagaan dan Kementerian Belia dan Sukan akan mengepalai gerakan tersebut untuk pastikan bahawa anak muda akan dijadikan penentu kepada pilihan raya.
Syed Saddiq was speaking to reporters at a press conference after opening a convention on the rise of the ASEAN Tiger at University Technology Mara, or UiTM, in Shah Alam. In September of last year, Cabinet agreed to lower the voting age threshold from 21 to 18 for application in the 15th general election onwards. Syed Saddiq then said that several amendments to the Federal Constitution are therefore expected to ensure that the country's polling system could be more transparent and fair. 97 cases of social media abuse involving insults to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong and the Malay rulers have been investigated by the Royal Malaysia Police, or PDRM, since 2012. Of the total, 11 individuals have been charged in court. Home Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said the government is always committed to curb the public from abusing the social media with insults, not just to rulers but also leaders and other individuals.
Meningkatkan kesedaran masyarakat supaya lebih peka dan sensitif terhadap sentimen perkauman keagamaan dan institusi raja perpembelagaan melalui kempen-kempen kesedaran bersama orang awam. Membuat kajian terhadap akta komunikasi dan multimedia supaya akta berkenaan lebih berkesan dan menyeluruh, terutamanya dalam menangani kenyataan-kenyataan di media sosial yang boleh menjejaskan keharmonian masyarakat.
When asked if the current act is sufficient to curb these activities, the Home Minister said it will do so for now, although he added that the Communications and Multimedia Ministry is studying ways to strengthen the laws. Tan Sri Muhyiddin, who is also Member of Parliament for Pago, said the government has yet to discuss the need to create a special act or introduce lèse-majesté laws for rulers such as those practiced in neighbouring Thailand. The captain of Greece-registered ship Piraeus, which collided with a Malaysian vessel recently in the Straits of Johor, will face several charges under local laws. Now, speaking in Parliament today, Transport Minister Anthony Loke said the main reason behind the collision was human error, where the Piraeus crew members was found to be reckless, failed to take positive action and to show good seamanship.
Selain itu, nakoda MV Piraeus semasa menghampiri MV Polaris telah gagal untuk mengambil kira bahawa wujudnya risiko pelanggaran dalam pola gerak kapal beliau sehingga telah menyebabkan berlakunya pelanggaran berkaitan.
Loke said that if found guilty, Section 252 subsection 3 of the Merchant Shipping Ordinance 1952 prescribes a fine of not more than 10,000 ringgit for each offence committed by MV Piraeus captain. He added that the investigation papers are currently being finalised before being submitted to Johor's Deputy Public Prosecutor for further action for the offences committed by the ship's captain. The National Security Council, or NSC, and the Prime Minister's Department will coordinate technical specifications of the proposal to build a border wall, namely between Malaysia and Thailand, based on strategic needs and financial implications. Now, Deputy Prime Minister Dato' Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail said the construction of the border wall will incur high costs and negotiations between both nations.
Harga membina tembok ni adalah begitu tinggi sekali. Kita ada tembok yang telah disetujui bersama. Kita dah bina 1 kilometer kita telah membelanjakan 1 juta ringgit.
Dato' Sri Dr. Wan Azizah said this in response to Merbok Member of Parliament Nur Azrina Surip. In addition, the Deputy Premier said besides the wall construction, other mechanisms such as border security cooperation between the two countries should be further enhanced to prevent cross-border crimes from occurring. Responding to a question by RRMP Dato' Sri Dr. Shahidan Kasim regarding the government's proposal to build a wall from Perlis to Kelantan, Dato' Sri Dr. Wan Azizah said the border wall, which will be built on the Malaysia-Thailand border, had been agreed upon by the 25th Land Boundary Committee last August. Moreover, the Deputy Premier said that Malaysia has since selected their members committee and Thailand will finalise its members after its national election. Now, the Cabinet approved a task force responsible to oversee Lynas' obligation of removing the waste from Malaysia is still identifying international procedures and instruments to transfer accumulated radioactive waste from Malaysia to Australia. Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change Deputy Minister Isna Raisa Munira Majlis said that this is done while taking into account legal, safety, security aspects to ensure the safety of the public, the workers and the environment.
Menteri Mestek juga telah menulis satu surat rasmi pada 26 Februari 2019 kepada rakan sejawat beliau di Australia untuk memaklumkan mengenai kerjasama di dalam memudah cara pengeluaran residu WLP dari Malaysia.
She was responding to a question from Wong Chen of PH Subang on steps taken by the Ministry of Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climate Change to ensure Lynas returns its residual waste to Australia. The Department of Wildlife and National Parks Peninsula Malaysia, or Perhilitan, has crippled 167 cases involving the smuggling of various endangered animal species between 2011 and 2018. Now, this includes pangolins, orangutan, various tortoises, white-rumped shama, and various species of snakes. Water, Land and Natural Resources Deputy Minister Tengku Zulpuri Shah Raja Puji said the highest punishment ever meted out for smuggling wildlife was 390,000 ringgit and 4 years in prison. It involved 3 Indonesians for smuggling various wildlife, which included a pair of orangutans from Sumatra to Peninsular Malaysia on the 21st of September in 2018.
Jabatan Perhilitan berusaha memerangi jenayah ini secara berterusan dan menggunakan pelbagai pendekatan. Yang pertama, menetapkan pos-pos kawalan di pintu-pintu keluar masuk utama negara yang beroperasi 24 jam sehari seperti Kuala Lumpur International Airport, Sepang dan Kompleks Sultan Abu Bakar CIQ, Johor.
Speaking in Parliament today, Tengku Zulpuri said that the smuggling of various wildlife continues to happen following the high demand into these items. Coming up next, no plans yet to create pension scheme for former athletes. That story up next. Stay with us. The Youth and Sports Ministry has no plans yet to create a pension scheme for former athletes who had represented the country or their respective states. Its Deputy Minister, Stephen Sim, said for now, the best solution and assistance the ministry could provide is to extend the Civil Service Health Scheme to also cover national athletes.
Dan kita sentiasa prihatin dan sentiasa akan membuka pintu kita untuk memberikan perkhidmatan dan bantuan kepada mana-mana atlet yang memerlukan bantuan tersebut.
In his reply to Bukit Gelugor MP Ram Karpal Singh, Sim said on February this year the Cabinet had approved a National Athletes Health Scheme to ensure athletes and former athletes get to enjoy the same benefits of health facilities as approved for civil servants. Sim, who is Bukit Mertajam MP, added the government had also injected 3 million ringgit into the National Athletes Welfare Foundation Fund as recognition of the athletes' contributions to the country. Malaysia is on track in its effort to rise again if it continues to reform the various institutions in the country. Now, the Health Ministry has estimated that there will be a 7% increase of senior citizens above the age of 60 by the year 2020. Speaking at the Kebangkitan Harimau Asia Convention in University Technology Mara Shah Alam, Health Minister Dato Sri Dr. Zulkifli said despite these achievements, the challenge for the ministry will be to manage its finances in order to provide adequate facilities to ensure the quality of life for senior citizens. The topic discussed at the convention was building a sustainable social-economic institution to meet the 21st century challenges. The convention was also attended by well-known economists Tan Sri Dr. Kamal Saleh, former University Kebangsaan Malaysia Economic Professor Madya Madeline Burma. They agree that the progress of the country is closely related to the state institution, which is in need of a reformation to return to its former glorious day. Over 4,000 households amongst the poor and hardcore poor in Kedah are urged to demand for the 40 ringgit monthly electric bill rebate given by Tenaga Nasional Berhad or TNB. Now, they are part of the over 7,000 eligible households listed in IKASih but failed to be contacted. The rebate began in January as announced in budget of 2019.
Kita akan teruskan daerah ke daerah, tapi kita nak minta lebih cepat. Kalau boleh, individu ataupun keluarga ni yang tahu sebab mereka telah mendaftar mungkin lebih awal dulu lagi, jadi mereka dah berubah alamat dia, nombor telefon pun bila kita cuba call, yang reply call tu adalah orang lain.
TNB had previously tracked them through the cooperation of district officers and the head of the Village Leadership Management Council. Speaking at a press conference in Alostar, Zamri said 3,248 families were detected and confirmed their TNB accounts. 5 districts with the highest number of rebates were Sikh with 694 households, Kuala Muda 633, Kota Serta 620, Baling 512 and Kubang Pasu 482. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail today received a courtesy call from Saudi Economy and Planning Minister Mohammad Mazyad Al-Tuwaijri at Parliament House. Now, the meeting at 11 a.m., amongst other things, touched on the strengthening of bilateral relations between Malaysia and Saudi Arabia. Also discussed during the meeting was a proposal to hold the 4th Joint Commission meeting, or JCM, between the two countries, which will focus on economic cooperation. The last Malaysia-Saudi Arabia JMC was held in 2004. Mohammad Mazyad said Saudi Arabia is also interested in offering full scholarships to more Malaysian students to continue their studies in various fields at universities in its country. He added that his country will also send their students to Malaysia to further their studies. Communications and Multimedia Minister Gobind Singh Deo said he would ensure that Radio Television Malaysia, or RTM, would move forward and always be the people's first choice for television and radio channels. He said he would continue to assist RTM to remain relevant despite the new technology and stiff competition. Gobind said as a national broadcasting station, RTM was an institution that must be maintained, even though there were those who thought that it was unnecessary to continue the station.
Hari ini kita menyambut tahun ke-73 RTM. Dan kita juga faham bahawa dunia sekarang telah pun menuju ke arah teknologi moden. Jadi untuk kita pastikan bahawa RTM juga boleh melangkah ke depan dalam era ini, perlulah untuk kita melaksanakan perubahan. Saya cukup yakin dengan warga RTM yang kita sedia ada ini, selepas 73 tahun kita berjaya, saya cukup yakin bahawa kita akan berjaya lagi. Jadi kepada semua warga RTM, thank you very much. Apa yang kita telah laksanakan selama ini telah pun menunjukkan hasil. Marilah kita bersama-sama meningkatkan lagi kualiti perkhidmatan RTM demi negara kita.
He said RTM was in a process of transition from analog to digital broadcasting since 2004, and it would be fully operational in digital broadcasting in high definition and standard definition soon. Gobind said starting as a radio channel on the 1st of April in 1946, RTM expanded its services into 33 national, state and local radio channels. And that item concludes this evening's edition of News on 2. In our top story, Jong Nam suspect to be freed as murder charge gets dropped. Now join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more news updates. I'm Adrian Seat. Thanks for watching.